Is my magazine subscription allowable for tax purposes? Hi, I'm Kimberly Shapcotts, qualified chartered accountant, property investor and entrepreneur. Let's sit down and have a chat. Is my magazine subscription allowable? Will be very dependent on what the subscription is for. So again, we're looking at things that are wholly necessarily exclusively for business purposes. And you'd probably say something like the YPM membership, which is a property magazine to do with property projects, strategies and things like that. That would be an allowable expense because it's very much related to the topic of your business. Now, if you're doing things like flips or general property projects, HMOs, buy-to-let, and you're looking at how you decorate, how you make sure it's in trend or in style, serviced accommodation would definitely fall into that sort of thing, then you may have other magazine subscriptions which are maybe more property related, but they're not specifically for property. So things like your Good Housekeeping, your Living Doc kind of magazines, where they're showing you styles, they're showing you colour palettes, they're showing you all these sorts of things. And is that for business purposes? Well, you could probably definitely argue that that is for business purposes. So would they be allowable? Then the answer is probably, maybe not definitely, but probably, depending what your business strategy is and what you're doing within your property business. So now we know that we've probably got something that we can be claiming, and sometimes it'll be a definite, sometimes it may be slightly an arguable fact that you would say yes, the taxman might say probably no, but we could argue it so it would be allowable. So now we've got those subscriptions that we can claim. How do we go about paying for it? Now, ideally, in a perfect world, you'd be paying this out of your business account, out of your company account, so that it all comes together and it's easy to identify. However, I appreciate sometimes these subscriptions aren't set up in the right bank account and it might be going out in your personal bank account. Now, that's not necessarily an issue. And again, it could be on a credit card if it's a regular direct debit. So this type of thing is not a problem. The main thing here is we need to just be claiming that expense back out of the business. For a company, we would need to do this through an expense claim form, and check out the video on how to deal with expense claim forms. In terms of the evidence that you need at this point, the main one is probably your bank statements or credit card statements, as that will be showing what the subscription you're paying is. On the basis it's likely to probably be some sort of direct debit that you're paying. Now, originally you will get some sort of documentation which tells you what the subscription is going to be. And again, that would be great evidence if the taxman asks any questions to show that you have got that expense, and that is the expense that you are claiming through your business. How does the tax work? Well, the tax works like most areas of tax, where you'll put this expense in as an allowable expense and it will get taken into consideration when your tax calculation gets done, when the income's looked at and the expenses are looked at to give the net profit. And this will just go through as normal, like an allowable expense. In summary, it will depend on the magazine subscription whether it's allowable or not. But if it's related to property, then you're likely to be able to make that as an allowable expense. The evidence you need is really the evidence to show that you are paying it, so whether that be bank statement, credit card statement, or some sort of email or something confirming the subscription, confirming the payment that is going to be making. If it goes through a company, you need to just make sure you do it through your expense claim forms, and it's definitely allowable for tax when the tax calculation is done. Hopefully today you've discovered what you can do with your magazine subscription and how it fits for tax purposes. If you have any questions, then please do leave a comment. Please like the video and do subscribe to the channel, and let's make tax less taxing. Let's make tax less taxing.